Flosstube. I am Molly West, the Sensible Stitcher, and I have I'm here for my stitching update. The last time that I saw you guys, there was about 4 or 5 days left in the month of April, and I told you all that at the end of April I was going to continue stitching on a kit. And so let me show you how far I've gotten on this particular kit. The name of it is Joe the Hipster. And it is by Pana, and it's available on 123 Stitch. And I will insert a picture of where I was at the end of April. Here, I'll hold it up against my shirt. And this is where I've gotten to. This is how far I've gotten. So this time I worked in his scarf, and I got a lot of work done in his scarf. So the next time I pull him out, I will do my best to finish out his scarf. This is the end of that, and there's a bit more that comes around here. And then I'm looking forward to, I think he's only got one visible eye, but I'm looking forward to getting his eye stitched in. And the rest of his little facial features. I think he's gonna be really, really cute. So you can see where his scarf, how far his scarf has come. I still need to finish bringing it over this way. He's moving right along, guys. Let me put this behind him so that I can show you a little bit closer. He is so cute. Oh, I just love him. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I don't pull him out very often, but when I do, I really enjoy him. So that's my Joe the Hipster update. And then as soon as May started, I began doing May with Lisa from Crossed by Floss. Mine is a little bit different. She starts a new Mirabillia each week, and I just kind of looked at my calendar and looked at my Mirabillias and decided that if I worked on 6 of them, 5 days each, then that would cover the month of May, and I would get to stitch on 6 Mirabillias. And so I decided to do 3 new starts and 3 whips. So this week I worked on 1 new start and 2 whips. And the first one that I worked on is out of print, but I always figure I should stitch the ones that are out of print because the quicker I get finished with them, the sooner I can pass them on to somebody else who would like to stitch them. This is Madonna of the Garden, and I started her in December, and this is only the 2nd time I've stitched on her. I am working in the pairs and along the bottom border. And this, I will insert a before picture, and this is 5 days worth of work. Some of these, it doesn't exactly look like 5 days worth of work, but I finished off all of the pairs in the bottom. You know what? It's a lot of work. This was completely full coverage, and I'm proud of how far it got. So I know that I stitched in all of the pairs from here over. I got these grapes stitched in, and I kind of moved up this way and then up the border a little bit, but the majority of the time was working on the confetti and the fruits along the bottom. And the bottom border is complete. So that was a good stopping point. It worked out well. That was the end of my 5 days, and so that was perfect. So that was on May 1st through 5th. And while I was working on my Mirabillias, I also worked on other stitching. I have 2 pieces that one of them I'm getting close to a finish on, and one of them I wanted to do as a gift stitch. So I started Remember Me Pin Keep by Scattered Seed Sampler. Sorry about the door alarm. Let me make sure. Yes, Scattered Seed Samplers. And I made color changes and I made changes to the chart. The biggest color change that I made was I asked the recipient, whose father just recently passed away, if she wanted, that's actually like a very, very deep indigo blue, kind of a blue purple, and it's almost black, and I asked her if she wanted nearly black roses on a remembrance piece for her father, and she said that she would prefer a wine color. So I chose DMC 3777, which is so pretty. I'll just hold it up. You can see. It's beautiful, and in my opinion, it looks like a wine color. And this is, let's see, just picking up random pieces of mail at this point. This is my finish. I completely finished it. I've worked on it for 15 days, just a few strands each day, and it was able to get finished. So the changes that I've made is I changed the roses to wine color. I added a heart. There were locks and keys, which I think would be lovely for like a married couple or something, but I thought that since it was her father, maybe I would leave the locks and keys off. I put in her father's initials, the year he was born, the year that he passed, and near the bottom, almost like another leaf, I stitched in a 1/1 cat. Her father had dementia, and when he moved into a memory care facility, she inherited one of his cats, and it was one of the things that they had in common with each other. And so even though it had nothing to do with the chart, I went ahead and stitched in a little 1/1 cat. Then I pulled one of the hearts from up here down here just to kind of help give it a little bit more balance, since I had weighed the bottom with all of this business across here. The dates are 1/1. His initials are 2/2, and this is on 28 count. Let's see. I know it says Zweigart. Let's see. It is 28 count. Ivory Lugana Zweigart. And it is completely finished. The whole thing is stitched in DMCs, which is great. And the only color substitution I had in my stash. So that worked out well, and it's completely finished. So I just need to FFO it for her, and I can get that to her since her father passed away about a month and a half ago. Let's see, what else? Okay, so then I also worked on a Mirabillia that I had started, I think last year sometime. This one's also out of print. I'm sorry, y'all, some of mine are out of print, but like I said, the quicker I stitch them, the quicker I can pass them along. This one is called Ashley's Roses, and I am stitching this for my youngest daughter. Her coloring, my youngest daughter's coloring, is almost identical to this person. Well, Ashley, apparently. And I started in the top, and I am working on all of the confetti and the roses across that top area. And I have a before picture, which I will insert. And here is where I have gotten to. If I hold it like this, I can put the other picture below it. So I am still just working in the pink confetti across the top, guys. It is so beautiful. It just makes all the difference. So I'm just gonna keep plugging away. I am getting closer and closer to her hand right up in here. I started on this side and I'm working my way this way. So that was good progress. Like I said, it was 5 days, but I am not working on these only. Like I said, I did that one remembrance piece, but I've also been working a little bit on this one, which is, oh, here it is, the Florence Sampler. And it is by October House. And I have finished everything. I'm on this very, very bottom row. And I'm playing a little bit of floss chicken, which is never fun. I have this much left of Cranberry by Gentle Arts. And like, I've counted it multiple times. I think it will get me all the way across. But this is where I am. I changed it to a red sampler. I have used various colors of reds, including Louisiana hot sauce, cherry cobbler, bean cherry. Those are all classic colorworks. I've used, the only Gentle Arts I have in here is cranberry. And then I also used apple fritter. So just a whole bunch of different reds. Super, super fun, kind of wild in my own. And I changed this one to put Rot By and then my initials, and added a doodad, for lack of a better term. And like I said, I am right here across the bottom, so I just need to stitch the very last row, and I'm done. This one will also be a finish. I can get this one to a framer, to my framer. So, you know, I'm hoping in the next few days. The last time, well, I'll put in a before picture. You will have seen it by now. And then the only other thing that I worked on was my third Mirabillia piece. I feel like this is not a very exciting video, but that's okay. I guess I don't always have to work on 18 million things. And I started Snow Angels. Dina Half Stitch Cross Stitch has stitched this, and she stitched both the boy and the girl. I will be stitching only the boy. The boy reminds me very much of my son. I am stitching one Mirabillia per child, and there aren't very many male Mirabillias, and none of them remind me of my son, except for this one. This one does. Sorry about the alarm in the background. So I'm stitching this for him. And I got a 5-day start on it. You know, I got a 5-day start. I don't know. This maybe wasn't my best stitching 2 weeks, but I did get a start and a finish, so I need to cut myself some slack. This is 5 days worth of stitching for me on Snow Angel, and a lot of what I stitched is in that very, very light color. The name of this fabric is Petals, and it is by Picture This Plus. It's a 32 count. Oh, this is his hat right in here. Let me pull the chart back out. This will be my before picture. Let's see. You get a decent one. There we go. And I am right up here in the boy's hat. So I've gotten some of the snow filled in around the boy and then the boy's hat. I am missing one of the brown colors for his hair. So I kind of was forced into a stopping point, and that's okay. It was the end of my 5th day anyways. So that was the other piece that I worked on, and all of this is going away other than the Florence Sampler. I can hopefully finish off that last row sometime in the next day or two, but I figured I could show you what my next 3 Mirabillias are going to be. The Madonna of the Garden is on 32 count Purple Passion. Snow Angels is on 32 count petals by Picture This Plus, and Ashley's Roses is on a 32 count Lugana. It was a white that I tea dyed myself. So since I didn't mention it, and everything I'm doing is called for no conversions. So the next 3 pieces that I am going to be working on are, did I grab the right things here? I sure did. Okay. I am going to work on, I'm going to start touching the autumn sky. This one reminds me of my middle daughter, so I will be stitching this for her. And the fabric that I've selected is 32 count light blue Lugana by Zweigart. And it's a fat half, so I'll have lots left over. And I have her flosses, and she is ready to go. So that's fun. The next 2 that I will be working on are both whips, and I've got, I'm sorry friends, Sleeping Princess, and I'm still working down in the bedding, way down in here, slowly but surely. And I am stitching her on, this is 32 taupe Lugana. And I'm way down in the bed area. I've only worked on this a couple of times. It needs some attention. So it's good that I'm doing Mira May. And I will also be working on Princess Elena, and I am stitching her on 32 count Lugana. Let's see if I have, here's her picture, and it is lavender Lugana. And I am still down in her dress. This is how far I've gotten. So she has a good bit of progress. I'm excited to get back onto this one. This is probably the one that I will work on next, the next week or so. I teach part-time, and the next 2 weeks are gonna be a bit busy. So I'm just gonna stitch on that one. That way, if I'm barely keeping my head above water, I can at least color complete one or 2 colors in a small block area and feel like I've gotten something going. And I will probably also be working on, I have 2 smaller samplers. One of them is SL 1862, I think, by Leela Studios, and I'd like to put some work into that one. Since I typically don't stitch on Mirabillias, I'm finding that breaking them up a little bit with things that are a little bit more traditionally my style. I love my Mirabillias, but things that are a little bit with more negative space, a little bit less full coverage, less confetti. So I'm gonna pull in 1 or 2 of my smaller samplers, and I'll use that as a palette cleanser. I've heard a few people use that term, and I think it's a great way to describe exactly what you need. But I did do some shopping. I live close enough to Cleburne, Texas. It's about, I would say about a 40-minute drive for me, that I really need a reason to go, since I am about 5 or 10 minutes from the Stitch Niche in Arlington when I'm at work. That is my go-to LNS. But the last couple of weeks I've had a reason. I had to help somebody in Cleburne with something. So I stopped into Fancy Stitches, which is just so fun to every now and then go into an LNS that's not your own. And one of my favorite things about Fancy Stitches in Cleburne is their sale closet. They have an entire closet full of charts that are marked off, and they put special stickers on them. And they've got like a little dog that lives at the that's always up at the shop, and I just go and grab bins out of the sale closet and sit next to that dog and have a grand old time. So I thought I would show you some of the things that I found in their sale bin, which were marked way off, and I was so thankful to be finding them. So speaking of thankful, I found this Thanksgiving chart. It's by the Work Basket, Giving Thanks. So all of them are gonna have stickers on them. That's because I got one heck of a good deal. Heartstring Samplery, V is for Valentine. One of my all-time favorite designers. Homespun Elegance, Rejoice in the Gift. Isn't that pretty? It looks super, super similar to, I did a nativity that was by this same designer, and it has a very similar feel. Three Kings Ornament by Alessandra Adelaide Needleworks. Soul Birds by Lottie Daw. Aren't those sweet? They're like little bowl fillers. Isn't that cute? Plum Street Sampleries, Hurt Not the Earth. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at those huge tulips. So cute. This one's pretty, and I don't know that I've seen this. It's the Fractor Bird and Bouquet by Heartstring Samplery. I love the Fractor Bird. So pretty. Okay, and then the last one was Forget Me Not by Heartstring Samplery. And then I also got some Lakeside Linen Sea Storm 32 count. Oh, it has a big hole. Oh no. Oh no. I wonder if she noticed it. I'm gonna look at my receipt. Got this delightful piece of linen. Oh, Molly, check your bag, lady. Oh, okay. Well, so I can do lots of smalls. Oh gosh, it was folded just so that I just carried it up there. Got some other fabric. Let's see if it's whole pieces or not. Okay, let's see. Here's a 32 count Tundra. Oh, it's a tiny little piece. That's okay. I can do something on there. This is hilarious. I don't know if she measured these. I just carried them up in their bags. It's okay. Everything will be fine. I got such a good deal on all my charts that I need to just mind my own beeswax about the linen. And I know this is a full piece. This one is Aztec Red, which I have seen on websites, and I always am like, am I gonna like the color? Because red can, as you saw in my last sampler, I mean, it can go lots of directions. So I always wonder if I'm gonna like it. But this is like a dark cranberry is the best way I can describe it. It is really pretty. It is really, really good. Now, I don't know which dye, I don't know if the dye lots changed. This is Weeks Dye Work, and it's 36 count. But like I said, I have put this color in my cart on multiple occasions and just not pulled the trigger on it. So anyways, I went ahead and got a huge piece of this along with my other less huge pieces. That is so funny. Okay, so that is what those were my purchases for this week. And guys, I really don't have anything else to show or share. I feel like this is the world's shortest little video. Happy stitching. I'm gonna go find some teeny tiny smalls. Happy stitching, everyone. Bye.